Yesterday I had a video planned. I shot a whole introduction. I went to a local used bookstore in my city that I hadn't been to in many years. And my recollection of it was that it was a bunch of unique, rare, mostly nonfiction books that didn't appeal to me. And I walked in and I asked the store owner for directions, and he asked me how long it had been since I had been to the store. And I said, oh, it had been many years. And he gave me a quick lecture on how that's not good and that I need to come support local used bookstores, which I agree and I know to be true. And my plan was I was going to go buy a rare first printing of The Fixer by Bernard Malamud, which I loved, and I'm going to talk at a later date. But his guilt trip worked. So if there's any local used bookstore owners that are watching this, just give your customers a quick guilt trip, because instead of buying one book, I walked out with 12. First up, Bernard Malamud, The Fixer, Penguin copy. This man had an incredible collection of Penguin books. Bernard Malamud, The Assistant. Look at the cover on this. Bernard Malamud, The Magic Barrel. Look at that. Collection of short stories. That's incredible. And another copy of The Fixer because I loved it so much. So probably gift a couple of those extras. I wish you guys could have seen this store. It looked like a decrepit warehouse, some sort of drug front from the outside, but inside one of the most incredible collections of books I've ever seen. Used books from floor to ceiling, every inch was taken up by a book on a shelf. I asked him, I said, how many books, like, do you have any idea how many books you have? And he said, over 3 million. Virginia Woolf, To the Lighthouse. I've yet to read any Virginia Woolf. Philip Roth, My Life as a Man. Another author that I want to read this year that I haven't gotten around to yet. John Steinbeck, The Long Valley, collection of short stories. Atonement by Ian McEwan. I posted this on my Twitter and a lot of people was saying that this book ripped their heart out, but most people said that it ripped it out in a good way. Herzog by Saul Bellow. Saul Bellow was a Canadian writer. I don't believe he is with us anymore, but he won the Pulitzer Prize for Herzog. Alice Munro, Away from Her. This is a collection of short stories, another Canadian writer, and I was watching Arlen at City Books from Pittsburgh talk about how much she loves Alice Munro for her short stories. Blindness by Jose Saramago, winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature. So this was translated from Portuguese by Giovanni Pontiero, so I believe Saramago is Brazilian. There's another book that people were excited to see that I picked up, and they were raving about it on Twitter. So the moral of the story is never judge a bookstore by its exterior, and go support your local used bookstore or local independent bookstore, new bookstore. Go support your independent bookstores.